friends, I'm Sarah. Welcome back to my channel, Sunset Bow Tarot. So I am so excited because I got my Mythical Creatures Tarot in the mail from Baba Studio today. I think I was probably a pretty early pre-order because I was really excited about this deck, and so I received it today. I'm so excited about it, and so I wanted to just do a quick walkthrough and take a look at the deck and the book and my first impressions. The first thing I want to note is that I had actually initially ordered the both the standard edition and the limited edition, and then I decided to just get the standard edition. So this is just the standard edition. It's not the larger scale limited edition, which isn't printed yet. They had some issues with the printing, and so that's actually being shipped out later on. But the standard edition is done printing, and that is what has been shipped to me along with the companion book. So I'm super excited. So I wanted to start just by taking a look at the box and the cards, and then we'll take a look at the book later. But it already, just looking at the packaging, it's absolutely stunning. The box has all kinds of gold gilding on it. I don't know if I move it around if you can see these little sparkles in the light, how there's these tiny little flecks of gold gilding in this image here, but absolutely love the box as usual. It's beautiful. It does come with a small little white book, just a very basic little white book. With Baba decks, I always buy the companion book because I find them to be incredibly useful, and I love seeing, I think Karen Mahoney's writing is wonderful, and I love seeing, the thinking behind the illustrations that they've chosen for the different cards. And so here is the deck itself, and it's pretty normal size for a Baba deck. It's a little bit bigger than standard tarot size, but not significantly bigger. As you can see, I'm just going to move these things out of the way. As you can see, hopefully you're getting a good sense of this as I shift the cards around, this gilding on the cards and how it catches the light. It's absolutely stunning. So we've got a title card on the top, and you can see on the backs as well. The backs are also absolutely gorgeous. Just amazing colors, amazing shine. Honestly, the way this is done is so beautiful, and I hope the light is catching it. Apologies for my cat trying to get my attention by loudly scratching something. This part is just a tiny bit weird. There's like a weird bow where you can kind of see where the cards in the front are bowed one way and then these cards are bowed another way. So that's kind of odd, but I don't think it's going to be a big deal when I shuffle it or anything. So I'm just going to start kind of flipping through these cards and taking a look at them. Hopefully this should be a pretty quick flip through, because the thing about this deck is that only the majors and the court cards are fully scenic. The minors, the pips are all just pips. They don't have fully scenic pips in this deck. So hopefully it shouldn't be too slow of a walkthrough, but we'll just go ahead and start flipping through. And where I can, I'm gonna try to shift around the cards a little bit just so you can kind of see how the gilding on it has such an amazing shine. It's so beautiful. These illustrations are so detailed. I love that the Fool has a cat. Here's the Magician. The High Priestess, I love her. This beautiful Sphinx as the High Priestess, incredible. Beautiful Fairy is the Empress. The Emperor is a Minotaur. The Hierophant is a Centaur, which I love. I think that's a perfect choice for the Hierophant. Oh, gorgeous lovers. And here's the Chariot. Looks like Neptune is the Chariot. Here's Strength. The Hermit is a dragon, which I think is fantastic. I love that representation of the Hermit. And then we have the Norns as the Wheel of Fortune, which I really, really love. I love the Norns. They're a powerful symbol for me. So I love having them as the Wheel of Fortune. And here we've got Justice. So this looks like a harpy. There's Justice. The Hanged Man. These cards are so stunningly beautiful. I don't know if the camera is going to do them justice at all, but they're absolutely stunning. The gilding is amazing. The detail is amazing. Like, I know that, you know, the gilded editions of some of the other Baba decks, like the Victorian Romantic, you know, there's always some question about whether or not the gilding actually impacts the level of detail that you can see. And to me, it doesn't at all. I mean, these are stunningly detailed images, and then the gilding just like gives them this flash, you know, like they're just so beautiful. Here's the tower. Looks like we got a kraken as the tower. The star is a unicorn. My God, that's beautiful. The moon is a werewolf. And the sun. I'm not sure what the sun, Firebird maybe. A judgment is a phoenix, so, which is a perfect symbol of judgment, obviously. And then we've got an Ouroboros as the world with the regular symbols of the fixed signs around the edges. And so again, as I mentioned, they're not fully scenic pips, but I'm still gonna flip through all of them because I mean, you can see how just stunningly beautiful they are. We have the ace and the 2. I mean, they're gorgeously illustrated. These look like they're supposed to be like snapdragons, maybe. The 4, 5, the 6, the 7. But just the level, I mean, the level of detail and beauty in these illustrations is just phenomenal. The 8, the 9, and the 10. And here we have the Page of Wands. And you can see we do have mythical creatures for the courts. Here's the Knight. And the Queen. And the King. Love that. Just so beautiful. And so here is the Ace of Cups. This beautiful mermaid down at the bottom. I mean, even though, you know, these are pips, like the level of decoration on these pips is just astonishing. And I don't know if you can like actually see it, but the detail of the gilding is so fine. It's these just tiniest little flecks of the gilding coming together to make up the flash of the whole thing. You know, there's so much depth to it, and it's so detailed. Just it's a level of quality that's absolutely stunning. Here's the 7 of Cups and the 8 and the 9 and the 10. And then I do want to look in the back because I believe there's an alternate, yes, there is an alternate 3 of Cups that is scenic, and it has the 3 mermaids celebrating. So, you know, if you wanted to substitute one scenic pip for the just regular pips, you could theoretically, but I probably won't bother to do that. So here again is the Page of Cups. The Knight of Cups is a sea serpent. The Queen. And the King. Look at that. Just gorgeous. Okay, and then here we get into the swords. We have the Ace of Swords. The 2. The 3. The 4. The 5. 6. 7. The 8. Wow. The 9. And here we have the Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords. This is interesting. I'm not sure who she is. And the King of Swords. It's a griffin. And then finally we get into the coins. So here's the ace, the 2, the 3, the 4, the 5, the 6, the 7, the 8, the 9, and the 10. And here we have the page, looks like a leprechaun. The Knight of Coins is a satyr. Oh, look at the Queen of Coins, isn't she beautiful? And then here we have the King of Coins, a giant. And then again, there's that alternate 3 of Cups. So that is the Mythical Creatures Tarot, the deck. And again, I'm hoping that the level of flash coming from these images can come through on camera, because, I mean, if you're like a magpie for shiny things, this deck is, I mean, it's exquisite. Like, it's absolutely exquisite. I can't get over how pretty it is. It's absolutely stunning. My guess is, like any Baba deck, it's going to shuffle very nicely. Their cardstock is so wonderful. It is, it isn't super thick cardstock. It's really bendy, and it riffle shuffles like a dream, and it's extremely durable. So, whoops. Of course, I shuffled poorly on my first try, but there we go. I mean, it's such a good shuffle. I absolutely love their cardstock. Man, I keep doing this badly, but for a riffle shuffler, it's just the best. So, normally I am a much better shuffler than that. I'll do it one more time. There we go. Ah, so gorgeous. I'm just going to pull one card and see what we get here. Ooh, we got the 3 of Coins. Lovely. So I am going to take a look now at the book. So set the deck aside for now. And here is the book. So it's a good sized book. It's written by Karen Mahoney, as all of the Baba books are. She did sign it, which is so nice. And the contents, you know, there's a lot of stuff in the books that you don't get from the little white book. There's a lot of information about how they put the deck together, reading the cards, using spreads. They've got a specific spread, Pegasus's Wing spread, the Norn's Lot spread. So there's various different spreads. And then there's there's information about how the companion book is organized. There's some specific information about reading pips, which is really nice, by Kathleen Matthews, which is great. So, you know, somebody who is a pretty well-known scholar of working with Marseille decks. And then we go into the specific cards, and you can see that there's a lot of information about the majors. You know, it tells us who the mythical creature is. We've got reverse, Rider-Waite-Smith meanings, Rider-Waite-Smith reverse meanings, Marseille reverse meanings, and then specific discussion of that mythical creature. Notes on the background, further notes, quotes. I mean, like, it's got wonderful stuff in it. Here's the Magician. So same kind of thing. Lots of information and extras, and attention to, you know, how you might read this in multiple different reading traditions for tarot. So lots of information for the majors. And let's take a look at what we've got for the pips here. So each of the pips still has a good chunk of information. We've got some information on the numerology of the pips. We've got information, again, a full page for each card, talking about both the Rider-Waite-Smith meanings and the Marseille meanings. So that's still really good. And then let's take a look at what we've got here for the courts. Looks like we've got almost as much information for each court card as we do for the majors, which is fantastic. Again, some discussion of the specific mythical creature and some, you know, illustrations of what that creature is based on. So really wonderful. This looks like a lovely, lovely book. I'm so excited to look at this more closely. I am really, really blown away by the quality of this deck. You know, again, I own quite several Baba Studios decks, and you know, I'm always blown away by the quality of them. But this is a deck where, again, because it's a pip deck, and because each individual creature, you know, there's a different mythical creature for each individual card, I was sort of unsure as to how I was going to end up feeling about this, and you know, whether or not it would be readable for me. But just in that first flip through, I had a strong reaction to it, of feeling like this is going to be a really, really readable deck for me. And I love the creatures that they chose to associate with the different cards. And I'm super, super excited about this one. I think that this is just a stunning, look, there's my Norns card again. I think this is just an absolutely stunning deck, and I can't wait to work with this. So anyway, so that is my excitement of today, that my Mythical Creatures Tarot came from Ireland, and I cannot wait to start working with it. So anyway, thanks so much for walking through the deck with me, you guys. Have a great one. Bye-bye.